Martinez will be a beautiful signing, but I think we need an aerial threat at the same time. How much do you think Osimhen would cost? Probably 60, 70, probably around. Napoli are dangerous, well, not dangerous, but they're difficult to negotiate with. So, boy, only 83 likes, bunch of freeloaders in this chat. Unexpected high bills due. Smash the likes or unexpected high bills and subscribe. Road to 50k and Twitch road to 10k. Lit community. Shout out to you, man. And on the topic of Twitch, we're playing Football Manager at 4:30. You lot wanted to play chow. I'm doing an unemployed save and I have to continue my Charlton save. Operation Martinelli through the middle has to happen at some point. But I would like it to be like he's in a healthy space where he can play. You've got someone that can do this thing, and then him. From now to the end of the season, if there's any peeing about with Lacazette or injuries, for me, Martinelli goes through the middle. I'm not really here for the other thing, man. Give Pepe back to Leo and bring Jonathan David back on return. Osimhen and take a shot at a 10 million second striker like we pulled for Martinelli to be the second striker. DG, with the success of our set piece coach so far, what type of coach would you like to see brought in? I think we need a dark arts coach. I think that's what Arteta needs to do. He needs to promote that. You know, Jose does it, Pep does it, Klopp does it. You know, I'd say he needs to do that. You're right. Shout out the set piece coach. He's doing a mazza. I wouldn't know, man. That maybe an attacking coach, put the ball in the back of the net, mate. Do you know what? I would say another set piece coach. But to be able, man, are able to take corners. Like again, I love Saka. I love everyone, but I don't think we take corners well enough. And maybe a coach to help us strike the ball, because I do think for Saka, if you learn to kick that ball like a grown man, respectively, consistently, that's the only thing stopping you. You need to be able to leng it. You need to be, well, you know, if I could take Partey's ability to leng it and give it to Saka, we might be all right. Although Saka, maybe that's too much power. It is what it is, man. Nah, it makes the content, man. Boy, would you swap David for Pepe and get Serge if he's able? Boy, I don't think it's gonna happen like that. How much is Gnabry gonna cost? And it seems like he's still gonna stay at Munich. And I know he used to be at Arsenal, but if I was Gnabry, when we should always make decisions with no emotion. There has to be emotion behind it. But there's emotion in everything we do, or life would be boring. But away from emotion, 26 years of age is coming to Arsenal the right decision for Gnabry. If best case scenario in the next 2 to 4 years, if we turn it around, you'll be 30, fair play. But being at Bayern Munich, the people that would be interested in you if you were available this summer or for free, is this the best place to spend your prime? The answer is probably no. If he did, cool. And devil's advocate, I can't lie, I'd have to be questioning Gnabry's mentality. It's got to that point. Some players, listen, big up Arteta, big up Arsenal, but like it's got to that point as an Arsenal fan for me. Top players that come here, I'm looking at you now. Like I don't. On one hand, yeah, you want to play. Arsenal's a big club, all these things, but then I'm looking at it like, raw, cynically. You know, we've been a mess. You know, the expectations are on the floor. Fan standards are on the floor. Fans praise some BS when they're ready. You know, I'm not, and I do the same. On one hand, I praise a lot, like not to make it about Lacazette. I like the fact Lacazette links up play, drops deep and things, but the bar's on the floor. Man, overcompensate with this to the point where people are dropping their knickers for new deals. El Nene plays one half decent game a year, respectfully to El Nene. People are talking about new deals. I feel fans can be hypocrites. I feel fans, some fans bury their heads in the sand and in both ways, positively and negatively. But I think fans call the club mediocre, and a lot of things that fans talk about, they don't advocate in their own lives or advocate in the logic of what they're talking about. Really and truly. I'd take Osimhen as number one, then Origi on a free. Nah, Origi can stay at yard, man. That's dead, man. Respectfully, Origi's a good player, cult hero, but we're trying to move away from mediocrity. Our thing is not Liverpool. We haven't got Salah and all these guys. If they were just looking at Origi to score goals, they'd be in trouble. At 26 years, I'm sorry, but to be fair, maybe his one goal could be what gets us into Europe. And this isn't an attack on Origi. It's just we need people that are going to do this thing. 40 goals and 167 appearances for Liverpool Football Club. 103 Premier League appearances, 21 goals. This isn't the TIG, man. I'm sorry. This is not some 3 goals in 31 for Belgium. This isn't the thing, man. This isn't the thing. Shout out to him because he's actually got 5 and 10 this season. Typically, once you like Pogba, really, once your deal's running out the form, then the numbers are moving brazy. I'm not with the Origi thing. That's a brazy one, man. Jonathan David is a good player to take on the come up. Martinez actually scores bare headers despite being short, kind of like Jota in that regards. And then it becomes a case of movement. City might pull a madness on Spurs this weekend. I hear you, but I think Spurs might just do it, you know. I'm scared. And I'm not trying to criticize I'm not even trying to criticize Origi, but you know, without emotion, that's not someone to bring in. Like, we can't just be bringing in spare parts for the sake of it. Should we trust Nketiah? Does he trust himself? That's a brazy one, man. I don't know. I really don't know. Does he trust himself? It's got too late to trust him, man. Eddie's record is media as well. Like, I trust him in the cups. Anytime, respectfully, we play someone half decent, is peak for him, really and truly. You know, it's peak for Eddie. You play someone half decent, he's in trouble. Respectfully, again, this is what man's seeing. Like, it is what it is. Sorry, people. Let's get into some. Is Arteta scheduled to talk today, or are we just not doing a press conference? Well, Eddie, bro, Eddie's meaty, man. Like, I think he's gonna be a decent player. I don't like how people have written him off, but some people are just not made for this. Like, us and you need to go another way. You know, it's just the way the world works, man. It is what it is. But yeah, let's get into this transfer news and all this Spotify stuff and all of this stuff. Spurs are down and out, my brother. They're getting buried. I hope so, but Spurs are bookie, man. That's what gives me more reason for concern. Allegedly, Arsenal. I haven't read this, people. I just saw this morning. I thought we'll talk about it. Arsenal snubbed Spotify bid to change Emirates Stadium name before Barcelona's £236 million deal. I mean, we must assume that the Emirates one is treating us better. Spotify are set to complete a huge deal with Barcelona for the naming rights on the Camp Nou. It could be a game changer. That's great for Barcelona. I don't really care. Spotify co-owner Daniel Ek was interested in trying to buy Arsenal from Stan Kroenke in a very public push, which has been dismissed as a non-starter by current ownership. Spotify originally came to the table at Arsenal looking to do a stadium naming rights deal, which would help spark the takeover push, though neither came to fruition. Stadium naming rights are hugely attractive to clubs as they are difficult to quantify, very lucrative, and it is effectively free money. Arsenal this week confirmed they're looking at doing major improvements to the Emirates Stadium. So, yeah, that's that, people. It's a bit of a joy killer. Yeah, but I was getting excited. I thought my man was coming back to buy the club and all of them things there. Anywho, that's that, people. What's all of this now? Again, another article. Xavi in subtle dig at Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta over Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang fallout. Jacob leaks. I bet you're being a neek. I bet there's nothing in this. Xavi has aimed a dig at Mikel Arteta over the fallout the boss had with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang during his final months at the Emirates Stadium. Let me see what he did. I bet you're being a neek and gassing it. Xavi dismissed Arteta's previous claims Aubameyang was a problem player by labeling him as very professional. He's not going to say anything else. He said he's training very well. He should have had an assist if it wasn't for Ferran Torres yesterday. He's training very well. He needed stronger sessions. He's already 100%, and we will see him play for sure. He's a player who can make a difference. He works well in spaces and makes good runs into the area. He wasn't saying none of this before he was your player. He puts in performances in recent years that have been very good. I'm very happy with him. He's working positively in our group. He is very professional. Doesn't seem anything like a dig, people. And then that's what Arteta said. We've already seen that. What's all of this? Arsenal living to regret snubbing Unai Emery's glowing 12.5 transfer recommendation. And we also saw a Konku bag once again for Leipzig in their draw in the Europa League. And he's having a fantastic season. You know, I know the World Cup's in the winter, but if it was in the summer, I don't know if he would, but surely he would be in with a shout. I mean, Emery had done a lot wrong, but he wanted Partey, he wanted Nkunku, and he wanted Fabinho. Had that have been done, I think he would have stunk out the midfield same way, but these would have been great options, really. And regardless, the players that he was thrown, he could have done a lot better with. You know, you didn't get Partey or Fabinho, you got Torreira, then you started playing him as a 10. So, yeah, man, Nkunku's gone from strength to strength. We know this. We know he's doing a Mazza. He's going to cost about 50 or more now. You know, Bayern Munich allegedly want him. Smash the like button if you haven't. Nkunku false 9. Can we just get? Listen. I'm here for false nines. I'm here for inverted wingers. But fundamentally, we just need people who are going to do their jobs. Get a number 9 first, and then start doing all these things. Because there's going to be times false 9, bro. We don't need dropping deep and all these things. We need goals. Can we just what football's meant? I know football's developed, but can we just get guys by the books first and then start doing that? It would be very different if we are relying on Nkunku for goals. The variables change. Nonetheless, I like him and he's got a lot of potential, people. Away from all of that, though, allegedly, Arsenal add Lautaro Martinez to their 3-man shortlist along with Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Isak. If it's out of all 3 of them, I want Martinez, then Isak, / Isak better yet, and then Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We already know we have a shortage of strikers. We already know Lacazette and Eddie are gone, you know, and I wonder what we're going to do with Balogun. Does he go back out on loan? Does he stay at least initially until another striker comes in? Does he become the second choice striker, almost the Lacazette to the Aubameyang sort of thing? I don't know. You know, there's a case to say maybe Balogun gets opportunities. Me personally, I think it's best that he has a full season either remaining at Middlesbrough or going somewhere else on loan away from all of this and just developing. Balogun hasn't set the world alight at Middlesbrough. I'm not expecting him to. He's a young man trying to learn. Arsenal have added Lautaro Martinez to their shortlist of summer striker options, according to reports. Full circle, didn't we try to get him last year? The Gunners have just 2 recognised forwards at the club. Lacazette and Nketiah, both players are running down their deals, people. Aubameyang was let go. Vlahovic move did not bang. That was so scatty, my man, drinking this sweat, man. What a bizarre individual. But anyways, away from that crisis. According to this Italian publication, Arsenal have listed Martinez as a possible option, but face competition from City. City, they could go for him, but it felt like they could have had him last year. They didn't. Spurs agreed a deal. For whatever reason, it didn't happen. They might still go back in for him. Martinez has been promising this season, people. He's got 11 in 22. He's got 19 goals in. He got 19 goals in all comps last year, and him and Lukaku had a good partnership. He's got a 94 million release clause, and he signed a new deal last season until 2026. So he's gonna have to force his way. As claimed by the Sun, Arsenal are plotting a remarkable 180 million spending spree next summer. War Chest FC. Can we, whether you have to spend £18 or 180? I'm not gassed by signings because, unpopular opinion, we have been spending money. We haven't got too much bang for our buck. Spend correctly. As long as these people tie into the system and what you're doing, it is what it is, people. Because look at Liverpool. It doesn't matter if it was big fees on Alisson or more modest fees on, at the time, Salah. And I would say Jota was a modest fee. Everybody's banked because they've done their homework on how these players can improve in the short, impact them in the short term, how they can improve in the long term and medium term. Hit the like button if you haven't. One love to the 300 of you locked in. Pardon me. Isak's got a £75 million release clause. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's on big boy P's. There's got to be money there. If we was ready to do something for Vlahovic in January, if it could happen. On one hand, yeah, we're going for players that it looks like we've got no choice. We were told from October he's not on it. He wants to go Juventus. We tried only go so far. But on the other hand, there must be, you know. You need to get a striker. You need to 2 signings minimum. You've got your backup goalie. You need a backup right back. But immediately, to have a first choice 11, I think we have a first choice 9. You need a midfielder and a striker. Me personally, anyways. But yeah, that's that where that is concerned. Again, the same rumors are coming back. You know, Koku, Feyenoord midfielder, has been tipped for an Arsenal move. Allegedly, he's looking good abroad. Former Feyenoord star says Arsenal would be an ideal move for Okan Koku, which is brazy again, which we were going through this again. Koku also looks good internationally, perhaps not at the absolute top, but at the sub-top clubs like Arsenal. All right. I'll let that one slide. Koku may be worth 50 or 60 million in the future. He has so much energy now. You always see him sprinting back meters when losing the ball. You're going to make Arteta horny with that one. He's finally got the fitness he needs, and that's a compliment to the staff because they're responsible for that plan. If you're at 18 years old, you play in Feyenoord 1 and you train several times a week, you think this is enough. De Vrij was also a bit older when he decided to invest more in himself. So, I mean, bring him if need be. Torreira's agent is expecting the Arsenal midfielder to make his loan move permanent in the summer, which is great because it makes Edu go and get a decent fee because summer is going. Edu, you need to earn your chops. Not really impressed with you in January, beyond the obvious. I wouldn't say I'm impressed with Edu specifically, even last summer. I'll give you credit. You've clearly played a part in the recruitment, but from rumours, via the mouth child of Arsenal, the Athletic, you wanted, these guys might have banged, but you wanted Neto. Someone wanted Ramsdale. You wanted Emerson Royal. Someone wanted Tomiyasu. You wanted some other centre back. Someone wanted Ben White. The only signing Arteta didn't go against you is Tavares, because the analytical staff brought that one to the table. And as we know, we've got a lot to. We're saving wages, doing all these things, but we need a plan. I keep hearing we have plans. I heard we had a plan going into January. We had a plan last summer. On the face of it, we improved the spine and did what we needed to. But we still went into this season with question marks over the strikers. Yes, it's been exaggerated with Lacazette's contract, his form, Eddie the same, and Aubameyang moving mad. But we've needed the striker thing. And in the future, we need to replace these things before they're at our door. We're waiting until the milk's run out in the fridge and saying, oh, well, no one can make no tea. It's brazy, And for Eddie, I don't expect you to do everything, but you've got a big summer. You've got Torreira, who we're going to read this, looks to be going, but 2023 contract. Hector Bellerin, I don't know if Batiste are going to keep him, 2023. Leno has said, I want to keep it moving, 2023. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, not setting the world alight at Roma, could have got 20 million from Everton and Wolves once upon a time, 2023. Get Saka a new deal. Like you did with Smith Rowe and Tini, Saka new deal, Martinelli new deal, Saliba new deal. Make a decision over Pepe. And any other things Arteta wants to do in terms of incomings and outgoings, it's going to be a big one, people. It is what it is. Whatever you said. DJ and AFTV pronouncing Kroenke like it's got that exotic accent on the E, hitting it like Kroenke. Just love here though, bro, before I'm told. No, I won't tell you to tell your mum, man. It's not that deep, man. I'm not that guy. It's only when the people want to hate and take shout out to you, but I said that, bro. Sorry, my man. I was born in France, bro. I was born in France. That's why man's got the little accent. I apologize. It's gone now, but you get it. Well, anyways, Torreira's agent is expecting the Arsenal midfielder to make his loan move to Fiorentina permanently this summer. Thank you. Good riddance. But anyways, Fiorentina logically want to buy him because he's playing very well. He has returned to having an impressive continuity and dynamism. Torreira is happy in Florence, and I think they will take him. To date, he is one of the most loved players by the fans. That's great, man. I'm sure you are. So that's great. That's great. You keep doing your thing, and that means you, Mavropanos, and Guendouzi, more or less gone, really. Again, well, obviously, man's a Juventus fan as well, but for you Arsenal fans out there, I'm sure you don't want to see this again. Arsenal are angry. Agent says Gunners fuming after transfer failure. Who cares? The anger can't do nothing. The man's gone. Torreira's agent claims Arsenal are angry after missing out on the Uruguayan's Fiorentina teammate Dusan Vlahovic. I mean, we didn't need an agent to tell us that, but nonetheless. Now Arsenal are a bit angry because they wanted Vlahovic. Fiorentina wanted to sell him, but the agent said he had to go to Juventus. You always do what the player wants. True. Not all the time. A lot of these players coming through South America get shagged, and actually people coming through Serbia as well. Torreira is happy, blah, blah, blah. We've already read that. I don't give a fuck about Torreira's happiness, man. Respectfully, Matt Turner, again, respectfully, I like the come-up story, but as an Arsenal fan, I'm getting tired of the sub stories, the dramas, to be a footballer, I had to walk a million miles. I just want good footballers now. I'm tired of the stories, man. So big up Matt Turner for getting the club, and I like the way he's talking and things, but I am getting quite tired of these things, man. Everyone's got some drama. We've all got a sub story. We've all got a zero to hero. I've got one that we don't need to carry on with it. Allegedly, he said, when I got my first choice with the national team, it was only as a number 3. No one ever really took me seriously. So I'm not going over there just to collect a check and ride off into the sunset. That's great. We don't want you to. Go and push Ramsdale and whoever. And he's actually said that. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to push Aaron and continue to help him get better and help myself get better. He went on to say, you dream, you don't really see a clear path of how it's going to happen, but you just trust the work and trust your dream every single day and continue to work hard. Be self-aware, know what you need to work on, and listen to the coaches around you. Love to hear that. Understand that it's really challenging to get your foot in the door, so it's really hard to say no to not only the chance to go fulfill a dream, but also to challenge myself at the highest level and play for one of the biggest, most recognizable brands in the world in Arsenal. And I hear you, I don't really like the brand word, and you did say soccer in one of your comments, so you hear me? I'm already looking at you a bit crazy, but yeah, man, it is what it is. Shout out to him for that, and it's great, but man's not here for this, man. Like, again, this 10% luck, 50% skill, and all of it. We've all got sub stories, bro. And I like how he's moving with this thing, man. What's this? And he said it won't hurt his chances going to go into Arsenal as well. He paused that. He actually had some more comments. At the end of the day, it's going to be about how I continue to progress. I'll play in almost 20 games in the early parts of the season and then get the move overseas and get into understanding, get to work in understanding. Sorry, I need my glasses. A new culture, new way of life, a different league, quality players from top to bottom. That will really help me. He went on to add on, it will be more exposure to that type of play. I think it's going to help me in the long run. I think I'm in a pretty good spot, and I really liked how everything's progressing. When I first started, I was trying to become a professional soccer player. Anywho, most teams said no. I came in and I was third. I was 2. When I got my chance with the national team, it was only as number 3. No one ever really took me seriously. So I'm not going there to just collect a paycheck and ride off into the sun. That's great, because that ties in with what I like our new recruits. They got the mentality, but respectfully, I don't care what you've done in America now. It's what you do at Arsenal. And I like the mentality, but the sub-story thing, dead. Just let me know when your time comes, assuming we're in Europa League, you're going to get your games. If we're in the champs, it's Ramsdale. When your opportunity comes, take it. So yeah, man, big him up, because that's a good move, man. It's nice to see you moving here. Yeah, I like to see that he's coming to fight for his spot. I like that. 27 years of age, it's a dream, but you got to get to work. No one wants to sit on the bench. You are undoubtedly the number 2, but it's calm, people. Big up Omari Hutchinson. Allegedly, he might be on the bench against Brentford. Bad boy footballer. Where's Martin Odegaard's comments? I've already read that. Where's Odegaard's comments? Martin Odegaard, confident Arsenal will score goals despite Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's exit. Who? Smith Rowe Saka, yeah, but how long is that sustainable? Who's getting the goals? You know you're capping. He said he's sad to see Aubameyang leave Arsenal, but believes the Gunners have enough quality to score following the striker's departure. I think the middle third, the 10s, the wingers can. I don't know for the rest. Partey and Gabriel have more chance of scoring than certain strikers because they actually shoot. Anywho, I think it's the team's job to make sure we score goals. It's not up to 1 or 2 players. Facts. I think everyone needs to help each other and create chances for each other and help each other in front of goal. Fact. Odegaard, you're lying. You would have had another goal for this season if Aubameyang didn't steal your thing off the line. I'm sure we have the qualities in this team to score many goals. Of course, it's an area we want to improve and we have to do a little bit better. But I'm sure we have the quality in the team and the way we play. I'm sure we'll create chances. So I don't see it as a problem. Okay. I think it's always sad when players leave the club, but that's up to the manager and the club to do those kind of things. Then we have to focus on the players that are here. And I think we have a strong group and an interesting team. We need to focus on the players that are here and keep on improving and using our qualities. That's facts. Can't disagree with any of that. Shout out Martin Odegaard for that one. I really have enjoyed Martin Odegaard's comments recently. Can't disagree with a word you said there, but where we find